Diary of a Black Mommy. It's a space where women can come together to feel safe, to listen and be heard when it comes to our journey in motherhood. With Christ-based principles, I aim to uplift and inspire. Enjoy this podcast, and I hope it blesses you as much as it has blessed me.
My black is real, my black is true, my black is something they all want to, oh, it's magic, oh, yeah, oh, it's magic, yeah, my black is real, my black is true,
What's up, good people? Welcome back. If this is your first time here, this is called Diary of a Black Mommy. My name is Tiffany J, or Miss Tiffany J on all platforms. And so you will find that I come on whether I'm at work, or I'm driving to work, or coming home from work, or just whatever. And today it is a Monday. It is the day after Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody that's out there. Woo! Okay, so it's a Monday, fresh start. Sometimes that's how I try to look at life. And lately I've been scheduling myself off on Sundays so that I can do church with my family. We go out to eat, and then, I do afternoon activities, or we just do the after church nap. And then I get to start my day fresh. All the managers are in on Monday. And, just to start the week to see what's going on and really try to hit our goals. And on top of hitting our goals at work, I also try to look inward and hit my goals, like personally. My financial goals, my housekeeping goals, and food goals, like meal prep goals, those type of things. And I have them listed, but I've kind of been a little discouraged because sometimes there's a lull from week to week, and I might have 2 goals out of 15 or something for my little financial plan, and I'm waiting for other things to fall into place. But it's dang, 2 weeks gone by and I haven't been able to check anything off of my list, right? And so trying to not be so you suck kind of thing. And so in the meantime, I'm reconfiguring how to set up, how people do budgets, how to set up the budget of my life. What does that look like, right? So there's a financial plan that I have, and like I said earlier, there's a housekeeping plan that I have. And how I relate that is, at most jobs, especially if it's childcare or retail or a restaurant, I don't know about office jobs, but I'm sure that you guys have something similar, like opening duties and closing duties, right? Opening shift, closing shift. And I'm trying to create that for myself. What are my morning routine? What's the morning routine? And I have it in my head, right? I have, the time that we wake up, which I pushed it from 6:30. I had to push it up to 6 o'clock today. And I'm really thinking it needs to be 5:45 or 5:30. So I'm reworking that right now. Excuse me. The sun is getting up earlier and earlier, right? We haven't even reached a summer solstice or anything like that yet. It's May 13th, so we're not there yet. But the days are getting extremely longer, which is amazing. But then after the solstice, they get shorter. And so that 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, it's a little depressing because it'll be dark outside and it just feels why am I up? Why? I remember I went to a Bible study, and it was mainly about journaling. Well, not mainly, but this particular session that we had, it was about journaling, and everyone had to bring a journal or some kind of book that you were going to write in. And the prompt or the topic of the evening was, what is your perfect day? And I was ooh. So I thought about, because the next day after that study, I was going to be off. So I wrote what would my perfect day be like? So what's my perfect day if I'm off? What's my perfect day if I'm working? What's my perfect day if, let's say, I'm going to travel, et cetera, et cetera? And these are the questions that I have for myself. So I'm all right, before I can create the perfect day, I really need to get my living quarters, living space in order. And this goes back to the plans and the things I have for my life. So I got my financial plan, and that's going to take me a while because I have a few things that are contingent upon others before they get checked off. Now, my housekeeping plan, as far as cleaning my room and getting things in order, because as Sonia gets bigger, she needs to be able to have space and areas for her to function too, as well as myself. So that's something that I'm also thinking about. And then when I have my perfect day, everything will be in place where it's supposed to be. So we got financial, let's say housekeeping, and then let's say meal prep and food prep. I enjoy making food, but it's also about like having time to do so. There was a reel, and this girl, she basically ranted about how are you going to do, there's 24 hours in a day, how do you, pretty much self-care, work and work out and eat right. And it was a whole bunch of stuff that she listed on an array of topics. And you got some people in the comments that are like, yeah, adulting is hard. Then you got some people in the comments that are like, yeah, like you just do it. And it's kind of like, all right, it's easier said than done. And it's easier when maybe you have the finances to do so, and therefore it creates the time because you can pay for certain things that take care of others, or if you have a partner or other people that are helping out. And then if you're doing some things by yourself, it can be more difficult. So I don't want to like come for anybody's journey or make it seem like, oh, like your story and your walk doesn't matter, or it shouldn't be hard because you're not doing enough. No. It's none of those things. Like it takes time to get to a certain goal. Like when I talk to people that are like in their 60s, let's say even bring it down to 50s on up, they do seem like they have it together because yes, like 1 year's worth of time, you can put a lot of self-work in, but 10 years and 20 years, that's a long time, a decade. So yeah, you would think you should have been putting the work in, and by the time you get there, you've practiced many a mornings getting up on time at 5 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, you can say, yeah, you just gotta prepare, whatever, but everybody, I'm not sure if were you like that when you were in your 20s, when you were in your 30s, who knows? I don't know. And those are the things that I wish that some people would share and say, hey, I did struggle with this. I did struggle with getting to work on time. And this is how I actually, sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you really got to push yourself. And some things you may never like to do, never find joy in it. You just do it, like some people say, and then it becomes a habit. For me, I guess because I'm a creative, I have to be able to find the joy in things, or find excitement in some way, shape, or form. So financial plan, my housekeeping, meal prep. I like to eat. I like to make things and eat the things that I make. I want to be able to master all the stuff that my grandma makes while she's still here, and I think that would be awesome. Let's see, financial, housekeeping, meal prep, working out. So in reference to hitting on my dream every single day that we talked about last time we were together, sometimes being physical by way of like dancing or working out, burning calories, that does it for me. I feel like I've accomplished something. I feel like I'm getting closer to my goal of maybe not necessarily what my pre-pregnancy weight is of 126 pounds, but if I can get close to it, like 135, I think I'll feel pretty good about myself. Right now I'm at like between 153 and 155. So it's just going to take me some more time. but that's a work in progress. And then the other thing about hitting my dreams is blogging and doing my podcast. Those are the things that I can control on my own and put them out on my own, or publish on my own rather, on my own platforms. And I really need to get into finishing this music and getting my single together and doing the promotion for that and working on some more music. It can be tough when I kind of shut my day down by 9 o'clock. And I don't know if that means getting up earlier to do some of the things that I just mentioned, like about a minute ago, podcasting and blogging and stuff like that. It's tough because I have another person to consider, and I'm struggling with getting her to sleep in her crib by herself, like starting her there. And then, because what'll happen is some days we'll have good days where I can start her there and she's there the whole night. And then some days I can't start her there and I have to hold her, and then I put her down and then we're good. And then some days I hold her and then I'm just like, well, we just gonna sleep because this feels great. But then as she gets bigger and bigger, I'm like, all right, this is not gonna work. Mainly because I'm in a twin size bed. Yes, I'm in a twin size bed. Don't ask no questions. Don't worry about it. But it is what it is. So we're sharing the bed, and I have a pillow on the other side of her so that she don't roll off into the crevice of the bed and the wall where the window is. And it works. But yeah, her crib is like set up to where it can be a toddler bed, probably all the way up to she's like 5 years old or something. So that's pretty good. Thank you, Mr. Mac. We appreciate you. But yeah, I'm trying to figure that out, and then I can have like my space to myself. With her being 1 now, May 13th, so we got 2 more days, and she'll be 13 months then in 2 days. So we've done it. She's becoming more alert, more sensitive to things that are around her, and sensitive just by way of being aware is what I mean. Pretty cool kid, and sorry, it's an alarm. Just pretty cool kid, so I'm excited about that. And now I have a new thing. You know, we're reconnecting with her father, and we'll be linking up every month, which is good. I like that. And I'm really excited about that because when I show her his video, she really smiles, and she smiles. So she likes him. She really likes him. And for them to have met for the first time like about a week ago is just lovely to see, and the connection. And there's just something like, I guess that no other men can do it, right? But I guess no other man than like your biological father can really like provide this different type of like love that I just see her gravitate to, which is amazing to watch, because I watch her around different people and how she interacts and how she, you know, she looks at them, she pulls on them and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. And kids don't have a filter, and they also don't, even though they do judge and they're very finicky about who they're around, when they like who they are around, there is no discrimination. There we go. That's what it is. There's no that. So I'm liking that, and just getting in sync with like that side. It will be of her family, and with that, redefining what family now means for me. Like, I have the people that are on my level, meaning my generation level, like my sister, right? And then everyone that's in a generation level above me, right? So my mom and her siblings, and then my grandmother, right? My granddad has since passed in the last 2 years. And then we have the generation below us, which up until this point, it's been like my sister and her kids. And now I have a kid. So I'm like, ooh, I'm creating a family unit, like with me. Like, you have different family units or nucleuses, right? but I'm creating one. Like, it's mainly she and I, and then it extends to my mom and Kevin, but then there's she and I and her father, and then like his side, and then it's just trying to figure out what that looks like. No, I don't have a traditional setup, right? Because I'm not married. But praise God for the covering and the protection and just the grace and mercy. How about that? So we're going to praise God for that. And with that, that's what kind of complicates things. And that's what has me trying to figure out, like, what does this look like for me? What does it mean for me? You know? And then as we go forward in life, like, things matter. They do matter now as far as our foundations. But as we get closer to school age, and when she starts to walk and talk and identify who people are and the meanings of that, I'm rediscovering all of this for myself, right? And defining it for myself. So if anybody else is out there that is a single parent and they're co-parenting, or even not, and it's just you and your kid, some questions are, what does family mean to you? What does that look like? How do you define it? Also, because before having a kid, I would define family as, like, obviously your blood, right? The people that you came into this world with, the people that you can't choose. And then I also define family as, like, my friends and the communities that I've attached myself to, like my dance community, let's say my job community, because we're really, really tight. And then like my other friends that have expanded, you know, from just mutual interests, etc., etc. Right? But then as you get older, things shift, people shift, things change, and that family that you chose, they kind of change too. So, and I've been segueing this whole episode, but just follow me, just come with me. So you guys know, if you don't know, one of my favorite shows to watch is The Big Bang Theory. And what I love about that show is the dynamic of friendship. They start off with 4 friends: Sheldon, Leonard, Howard Wolowitz, and Rajesh Koothrappali. And those 4 friends, they branch off and they have their own intimate relationships with significant others. By the end of the season, Rajesh is the only one that, you know, had unrequited love. Pretty much, he didn't really like end up married, but it's cool. And with Penny, Bernadette, and the other girl named Amy, so there's 7 friends total. And they always meet. Wherever they meet, they always meet. They're always eating, you know, to congregate together. And then they talk about whatever the thing is of the day or whatever. They hang out. And I really love that. I love that. And what I used to do is I used to get off of work, come home, grab my plate of my favorite whatever it was to eat, and watch that show. Now, I'd be watching it by myself, you know, but I'd watch it and then I would just hope and long for like my own version of that. And I have Sonia has her godmother and god family, I would call them, and then her godfather. And I like when we get together. These are the people that I call like my lifelong friends. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be in it. And so I plan time to link up with them just to hang out. And I love that. I love being able to say, let's just come, because it's like a second home. Let's just come and hang out. I hope that you guys have something similar. A place that you could be yourself, sit down, relax, and you could fall asleep if you wanted to. Get your blankets or whatever. It's like a second home. I like that. And I also want to be able to create that for other people and have my own space that I can, that I can invite others to. So, we'll see. I've been talking long enough, so I think I'm going to close this out. But this episode was just about trying to, I don't know, find clarity in what my goals are and what family means to me. Thanks for listening.
Leader don't stop. Y'all got it? Say it's not a leader like a. There we go. Don't stop.